Arsenal play Atletico Madrid in game week 3 of the Champions League at the Emirates, a home game against top opposition, off the back of the Fulham win and Liverpool dropping points against Man United and Arsenal creating that 3-point lead in the Premier League. I'm hoping Arsenal can get another win in this 7-win run that I predicted, and I said that Arsenal can get 7 wins out of 7, so this is another game, but it won't be easy, and hopefully Arsenal can do it and build another step in the Champions League to kind of stake their claim for first spot, even though that won't be easy. So I'm going to preview the game, I'm going to leave my predicted lineup, and I'm going to be speaking about how Arsenal could tactically break down this tough Atletico Madrid team. If you're new in your turn and you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 2,000 subs. Smash the like button down below and comment down below any changes to the predicted lineup, and please comment down below your predictions for the game. Obviously, off the back of a huge win, I would say, against Fulham, where it wasn't easy. Probably good training, good reps for this type of game we're going to play against Atletico Madrid, given how Fulham kind of play the game. And I'm hoping that Arsenal can come up with the answer, especially at home, to win. Speaking about this game, how do I feel? I'm quite confident. I think Arsenal can beat Atletico Madrid. Obviously, they've had a interesting start to the season. I think they lost the first game of the season, and then since then, I think they've only suffered that loss against Liverpool in the Champions League, and they've had that 5-2 win against Real Madrid, where Julian Alvarez has been amazing. I've spoken about him. He's an amazing player. Obviously, they got quality players still. Atletico Madrid, Alvarez, Griezmann, Koke still. They've signed good players. You know, Lemar in the back. I think they've got Longley. Still got Yano Black, amazing keeper, and obviously they've got new end talents that's coming through. So Arsenal are going to have to be in their A game. Mikel's going to have to set up the team well, because it's going to be frustrating. We know how Atletico can defend in that low block or that tough, mid block, again, similar to like a Fulham, but, with more class players and more dangerous players in attack, the likes of Alvarez and Griezmann that can hurt a team like Arsenal if, we're too open or if we're not on our A game. So I feel like, especially at the home game as well, this is the first of 3 home games. I think Arsenal have to start the game well, build some momentum, and go into that Palace game off the back of a win, in my opinion. And I'm confident. Obviously, Arsenal have the best defensive record in Europe right now. And you watch the games, you can see teams struggle to create chances. It's 2 games in a row where a team hasn't had a shot on target. And that's not to say that Atletico Madrid don't have the quality to do that or to pose a threat on Arsenal's goal. It's just that teams are finding it very hard. We face the likes of Liverpool, we face City, who, apart from that Haaland chance, who is one of the most informed strikers in the world and one of the best strikers in the world, they didn't really have anything else in that game. So I'll be confident Arsenal could keep a clean sheet. I'm not saying that we will, but I'm confident that we can. And think about the lineup. We'll be interested to see what Mikel goes for. Obviously, it's a midweek game, 2 days rest. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the players obviously probably had to rest after that Fulham game, and then obviously get some training yesterday. So who does Mikel play? Obviously, it seems that everyone's in training. KAPE is there, Ben White's there. Obviously, we're still missing the ones that are more of the long-term injuries right now. But who does Mikel go for? Does he rotate the team a lot? Is it risky, obviously, given the magnitude of the game, given the momentum we want to build, obviously, but is it risky also playing, certain players? Calafiori has been on good form again. I'm always mentioning him because last season it seemed that every time he kind of got in good form, he was getting injured, and he was injured for a long time. So can Mikel rotate in that position? You're looking at Timber, Ben White. Timber, again, similar to Calafiori, he played through the whole of last season off the back of an ACL injury. We don't want to chance these things, but at the same time, big game. You still have to look at the likes of, Leandro Trossard. Does he come out of the team? Martinelli, does he get a start? So there's a lot of things that Mikel could do. So going into my lineup, this is what I believe Mikel is going to do. Obviously, I've just kind of thought about both who the opposition are, why I feel like this team is probably what he'll go for, and why I feel like this can, at least in the first half, try and exploit some things that Atletico could make hard for us. And obviously, I feel like we have a good squad that Mikel can rotate. So this is who I'd go for on the screen. So I would go for Timber right back. I think we keep it the same, even though I just spoke about Ben White. I think Timber's defensive nature is just amazing. I think he's in rhythm right now. I think there's a Brighton game coming up next week in the Carabao Cup, and obviously there's a good break between now and the Palace game, given the fact that we're playing him on Sunday. So can he afford to play? Obviously, Timber, bring him off maybe later in the second half. So that's it. Saliba and Gabriel keep the position. Big European game. And I was torn between Calafiori and Lewis Skelly. I'm very, very wary of playing Calafiori many games in a row because you can chance it. But obviously, sometimes when you're on rhythm, you're on rhythm. And at the same time, what he brings to the team, the chaos, the running up and down, I think it will be necessary against this tough Atletico team that they're going to kind of play and the tough system that they play. For us, it's not that Miles wouldn't necessarily play well, and I think if he does start, I'll be even happy because I've missed Miles. I think what he brings, I think it's nice to have a reminder of what qualities that he has, because it's very different to Calafiori. But I think just that chaos, the shooting, and just the ability to kind of go up and down may be necessary, especially if they are in that low block. Obviously, I've gone for midfield three of the midfield three that we don't want to see, but obviously that's Rice, Zubimendi, Marino. But I'm just having some thoughts. I'm like, Zubimendi, Marino, obviously chemistry there. They played together. They played against the Atletico team. They will have some knowledge of playing against that. Obviously, Rice for the legs. Also, he could be the one that's a bit more deeper in this game. Who knows? We'll see. And also, it put Eze back on the left, where kind of not in more natural position, but I think he didn't have the best of games against Fulham. But I don't want to take him out of the team. I think I like the complementary link up between Calafiori and Eze. And even though Trossard did get the goal, so that would be kind of a slight. I think you need to keep your big players in there, and you can bring Trossard off the bench, obviously, to impact the game as well, alongside Martinelli and obviously other players like Ethan and Miles. And obviously, I've gone for Victor Gyökeres and Saka off the right. Obviously, Gyökeres, I hope he can get a goal. It'll be a big game for him. Obviously, it'll be a tough opposition. I'm pretty sure Atletico would have been teams wanted to sign Gyökeres in the summer. So hopefully, again, like I said, against Fulham, he played well. He got his shots off. But if he can get one of them in the back of the net and then start this run, of course. And just looking at, tactically how Arsenal can set up against this Atletico team. Obviously, I've looked at Atletico Madrid's games from the beginning of the season. I think first game of the season, they played this kind of, I think it was like a 4-3 or 4-2-1-3 type of formation, I think, which is very interesting, very attacking from Simeone, but I think they lost. And since then, he's only tried it in one other game, I believe that was the Celta Vigo game, which they also, I think they drew. And since then, he's played iteration of either 4-4-2 or 5-3-2. Normally is Alvarez defo starting alongside different striking partners, Griezmann, Sorloth, I think it is. I think Raspadori's been used there as well. So it'll be interesting to see who Simeone puts into this team. Obviously, they're not like the tallest team, but obviously they got quality players. As you go with Griezmann and Alvarez, maybe they won't have a lot of luck, going long because of the fact that, Arsenal got some big boys, but, the quality in terms of retaining the ball, that's there. Or does he go with Sorloth? I think he's more of a physical striker as well. It'll be interesting to see. But either way, Arsenal are going to be coming up against a 4-4-2 or a 5-3-2 block. They could change in between the game, obviously, depending on what players they start as well and what positions. But it's going to be tough, similar to what Fulham were playing, but obviously a bit more where Iwobi was kind of dropping a bit more to the right-hand side, kind of double teaming against Saka, and they played kind of like a 5-3-2, which is what I was saying. You can easily kind of interchange it in game, depending on what players you have and what their skills are. They can drop outside and the fullback can tuck in. So it's going to be tough for Arsenal. I expect, obviously, Arsenal to hold a width. Saka, Eze to kind of be given license to come in inside and out. Pause. And I think Calafiori will be major in this game to be up and down in those inside spaces to kind of drag, this player to either, pull away from Eze so he can get 1v1s or anything. And then, so I think Gyökeres should be occupying the the centre backs, which will be good. And Marino, the reason why I think, and I don't mind him, and I've put it, he starts in there because I think Atletico do well in that mid block. It's going to be tough to kind of get the spaces in between the lines to try and penetrate. They got quality centre backs, quality players there, but I think maybe some quality crossing from the likes of Eze, Saka out wide. The runs of Marino, Gyökeres, later on from Calafiori or even Rice if Zubimendi is sitting. You have some big players in there that can make the box. Some quality balls from Saka, and Eze from this side, trying to pick out, say Marino's more here, Rice underlapping, more Gyökeres and these guys pulling out, and the same way with Rice on this side and Saka on this side, trying to play that pass. It won't be easy. Arsenal gonna have to shift the ball left and right. I think Timber, again, we've seen has been key in terms of how he gets forward, overlapping and underlapping, allowing Saka to kind of go inside to the space and providing that width. Obviously, he's learning that a bit more. The 4-4-2, they won't have as big of a threat in terms of players going forward, so it will be key. I think Zubimendi, probably this game will be better for him to play on the 6, get on the ball, try and dictate us playing, balls over, early and quickly through the lines, punching it into players like Eze, who might be, pulling into the space if Calafiori's out. Him trying to find these kind of passes here, so Eze can be running onto it and, potentially get shots off. Gyökeres making those slip runs like he was doing it on the weekend. Maybe hopefully getting some of his shots on goal. Saka's coming in, playing that ball down the line, and hopefully he can do a bit better. So that's what I'm going with. And my predictions for this game, I'm gonna go with 2-0. I'm not, a broken mic, but it's just what I believe can happen. I think Arsenal dominate the game. I think Arsenal have a lot of possession. Arsenal will be frustrated by Atletico's defensive shape. Simeone, what he's known for, the players they have there. Yano Black is a quality keeper, but I think probably maybe a goal in the first half, and then a tough kind of way to kind of get a second goal. But then a clean sheet out nevertheless, and not a comfortable win, but a convincing and professional win against great opposition. And I'm hoping for a Gokeres goal again. So yeah, comment down below. What do you think about the lineup I've given? Comment down below your predictions of the game, and comment down below anything you agree or disagree with us in this video. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I potentially will be doing watch along for this game, so eyes peeled for that. Your boy KAPE. See you guys in the next video.